This Hoya is growing in a jar using semi-hydro. Doesn't it look lovely? Hi, I'm Christine and welcome to Botanical Woman. In this video, we're going to discuss the basics of semi-hydro. What is it, how it works, and what you should know before doing it yourself. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to talk plants with me, and find us on Instagram if you want to share your plant pics. What is semi-hydro? Semi-hydro is a method of growing plants using leca as the medium, where plants solely receive their nutrients through the water. It is also known as passive hydro because it is relying on capillary action to draw the water up to the roots. In a typical hydroponics setup, there are pumps, pipes, and tanks to keep the system running. Why choose semi-hydro? There are a number of appealing reasons to consider semi-hydro. The fact that you don't have to use dirt makes having plants less messy. Also, no dirt means no fungus gnats. If you're using a glass jar like I am, this will also allow you to see the roots, which is really cool. And I just think it's kind of neat. I love experimenting and trying new things. Above all, I'm curious to know if my Hoyas will actually grow better this way. Since they are epiphytes, I think semi-hydro complements them really well because it simulates their natural habitat of hanging off tree branches and getting their nutrients from the runoff. I also think semi-hydro will really help with overwatering, as I find it difficult to balance between growing them in a greenhouse-like environment and the coco coir mix I use. So I'm really curious if they'll be happier. I don't know how I feel about using semi-hydro for terrestrial plants, but I know a lot of people have and they seem to like it. I would love to know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Materials you will need include leca, a vessel, a Hoya cutting, and water. What is leca? Leca stands for Light Expanded Clay Aggregate, and is also known as Hydrotons, or simply clay balls. Leca provides good airflow and drainage, and as an added bonus, they are also environmentally friendly because they are reusable and very durable. I was able to pick up some leca from my local hydroponics store, but you can also get them online. Make sure to remove any debris by rinsing the leca several times. Doug over at Vermont Hoya uses plastic containers where he burns 2 holes into them. I've seen others successfully use net pots and a cache pot as well. I'm using a glass jar, which is functionally the same as a plastic container, but I think it looks a little nicer. If you like to use a glass container, you can drill your own holes. Drilling into glass was a bit scary at first, and it didn't help that I bought the wrong drill bit. So make sure you pick up a diamond hole saw drill bit. I have had 100% success with it so far. You can use either a rooted cutting or freshly made cutting for this process. It's up to you. Now we're ready to pot up. Add a layer of leca to the bottom. Place your cutting in the middle and slowly add leca until it is filled to the top. Wash everything down, flood the jar with water to wet the plant and the leca. While it is true that the only nutrients the plant will receive is from the water, and it is recommended to add fertilizer every time you water, but I think it's okay if you skip every other time, as they aren't heavy feeders, and it will help reduce the buildup from the fertilizer. It is really important to flush out the system every time you water to remove any debris. You want to maintain a clean and healthy growing environment. I also recommend adding diluted hydrogen peroxide to the water to keep the water algae-free. To fertilize, use a balanced houseplant or orchid fertilizer and dilute at least in half. I'm going to lean on the more cautious side to start, since Hoyas are not big feeders. You can also make a worm casting tea or other fertilizing tea as an alternative option. Other quick tips. It is recommended to place the plant in high humidity to help with the transition. Lighting requirement is the same. Keep it in bright indirect light. Monitor the water levels. When it gets low, flush out and refill the reservoir. I love the look of Hoyas in the glass jars, and I'm really excited to see if they will be super happy with semi-hydro. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comments below, and of course, if you have any questions, I would love to hear from you. Until next time, happy growing!